Hello and welcome everyone to this fourth day of the 10th Alliance tournament. We've got a great day ahead of you. This is Winner's Day. All the teams that are fighting today won last weekend. This is Ravy, and I'm joined with Michael Bolton III, and we are going to bring you the first half of today. Our first match is Rote Kapelle versus Fluffeh Bunneh Murder Squad. Why don't you tell us a little bit about these setups, John? Or Michael?
Michael Bolton.
Mhm.
Rote Kapelle has brought 2 Slipners, a Curse, and 2 Merlins, a 5-man team. And Fluffeh Bunneh Murder Squad has brought 2 Cyclones, a Slipner, another Cyclone, and 2 Mollusk. So Fluffeh Bunneh has brought in everything at 0 on the beacon except for their Mollusks, and Rote has warped in their Slipners at something like 20, and everything else at 50 from the beacon. The match is about to start.
We're going to see
I
a
really
lot of
like.
DPS fast.
Yeah, these teams are the lowest scoring teams from that won their matches last weekend. But they need to get as many points as possible to ensure that even the loser moves on to the group stages.
Yeah. Today, there's 2 ways you can ensure that you get to the next round. Either win a match or get enough points. For these teams, they need to get a lot of points if they lose. So the loser of this match is going to have a hard time. We're seeing DPS already coming onto one of the Sleipnirs for Rote Kapelle. A lot of Damps. It looks like we've got Damps coming from the Merlins for Rote Kapelle, and of course from the Molluses from Fluffeh Bunneh. It's interesting to see this is Fluffeh Bunneh flying a variation of the PL setup from last weekend. So far, everyone else other than PL who's used it is lost. We'll see if they can do any better with it.
Yeah, no. I think that this comes down to one of these molluses starting to take some armor damage. These molluses are very important, going to be very important for damping out ships that are, especially like the Curse here. If the
Yeah.
Curse can get its hardcore newts onto these Cyclones, then these Cyclones are going to have a big trouble keeping their tanks on. And this Mollusk is dropping in structure, and he's about to go down.
The Mollusk has a swarm of Warrior 2s. It looks like Rote has brought all damage drones, which is a good call for a team like this that needs help taking out frigates. And that Mollusk goes down.
Yeah, very true. That's
Rote,
that is an excellent drone choice for them.
Rote's use of a curse in this case, I think it comes from being afraid that someone would bring a giant tank setup just to knock them out. That's something that all of, especially the high-profile teams, have to be a little bit concerned about this weekend. That somebody could bring a team that is just intended to tank, to make their own team get knocked out, but also to take the opponents with them. And I don't know if we're going to see that this weekend. If we do, it probably would be because someone got paid off for it. But bringing a curse is a good way to counter that. We're seeing strong tanks from the Sleipnirs from both teams, obviously with the Ancillary Shield Booster. The ASB, as I incorrectly named the acronym last weekend, ACB.
Now, Kevin Emoto from Fluffeh Bunneh Murder Squad has taken the majority of the damage from the Rote Kapelle team, but he's handling it well with his ASB. But as soon as he has to reload, he might be in trouble. The swarm of drones has moved on to the other mollusk, and the other mollusk goes down.
Is down. Now, avoiding those drones should have been possible for those mollusks if they had enough lock range. If they could get outside of drone control range, then they could have survived. But this mollusk stayed in quite close. It looked like he was about 30 kilometers from the opposing ships, which meant they were easily able to get drones on him. At the moment, both of these 2 ships are tanking well, but there is more DPS coming from the Fluffeh Bunneh team. So if I had to guess, I think that Ripard Teg, who is well known for his Jester's Trek blog, is going to be the first of the Sleipnirs to go down, but we'll see.
Yeah, no. Pretty much everyone, except for the Curse and the 2 Merlins, are in a big brawl with each other. They are duking it out, trying to get as much damage as possible. It looks like Kevin Emoto is on reload now, so we'll see if he drops before he can reload his booster.
Oh, he is getting some boosts. It looks like he, it looks like he just wasn't able to keep quite with the DPS for a second there. Hopefully he can pull some range on his part, but we'll see. It looks like DPS has dropped significantly against Ripard. I'm not sure what's causing that. We are seeing a lot of damage applied to the Fluffeh Bunneh team from those Merlins, but I don't think that's going to have a huge effect on them, considering that they're all close-range ships.
Yeah, with them duking it out right on top of each other, the Merlins aren't doing quite as much as they could.
But here goes Kevin Emoto into armor, and he'll be dying any second now.
Yeah, and Ripper Tag is about to enter armor as well.
He is. He must be on reload there, and I doubt he's going to be able to survive for this reload. So we'll have 1 Sleipnir down for each. But that few seconds head start that Rote had against Fluffeh Bunneh may mean the difference, because that first Cyclone is dropping fast.
Yeah. He's turned on his booster now. Probably activating the overload as we speak.
It'll be interesting to see what the next target for Fluffeh Bunneh is. It looks like they are... Well, we'll see which one they hit first. At the moment, they're trying to move to their next target. If I was them, if I could get a hold of that curse, it would be ideal, but he is quite a ways away, so it may not be worth trying to burn to him. As he continues, like, the curse has great newting power, very useful in the tournament, but of course the newts won't be able to turn off the ancillary shield boosters, but they can turn off the hardeners and the micro warp drives, which is going to have a huge effect.
Yeah, no. AL from Fluffeh Bunneh Murder Squad is taking a majority of the Rote Kapelle damage right now as we speak, but he seems to be running his booster okay at the moment. As soon as he hits reload, though, he's going to drop fast.
Yeah, looks like he's going to survive until the reload, or it'll be close. XX Fat Cat XX from Rote is also taking a lot of damage. So look there, Ale is dropping into armor and he's going down. It looks like we're going to see a win for Rote here. This is them taking a pretty strong lead once the DPS starts dropping for Fluffeh Bunneh.
Yeah, very true. I think those Mollusts really, them dropping to those drones early, very much so hurt the team.
Yeah, losing those meant that the curse was able to keep a range and still be effective. Curses have really long lock range, so they're hard to damp, but if you have two Mollusses focusing just on them, then that's enough to knock them down with the bonuses. But at the moment, this is pretty strongly in Rote Kapelle's favor. If I was Fluffeh Bunneh at this point, my goal would be to do as much damage as possible to get some points, because all of these matches today, the losers can continue. It's quite possible that we'll actually see a lot of the losers from today make it down to the next round as long as they get a lot of points. So it's really just down to Fluffeh Bunneh getting some kills.
I think Fat Cat may be on reload. He's taking a lot of damage and I'm not seeing any rep from him.
Nope, it looks
if
like
he goes down, this could be a big problem.
If he goes down, then that's going to mean a lot of extra points for Fluffeh Bunneh, which is something they desperately need at this point. An extra 16 points could be enough to push them up above one of these teams. It's worth noting that of all the teams today, these are the two teams that most desperately need to get a lot of points, because they are out of the winners from last weekend, came out of it with the fewest points. So the loser of this match is going to have the hardest time of all the losers today making it on to the next round. As we go forward through the day, it's going to get easier.
Fat Cat has reloaded his booster, but is already in armor.
I think, though, considering that we're seeing one of the Cyclones, CMD Belina for Fluffeh Bunneh dropping, the Fat Cat's probably going to be able to tank the damage now through this, at least until his next reload.
That was a real clinch reload right there.
Definitely was.
A couple seconds from dying and managed to get his all of his brand new boosters into that mod, start repping back up.
That's one of the really exciting aspects of this new shield booster module. It adds that whole 60-second reload dynamic to the fight. It means that a good pilot will do things like use up a bunch of charges really quickly to get themselves to full shields and try to pull some range while they're reloading to give them the best chance of surviving through that reload. And
interesting.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. An interesting dynamic that I've noticed from the ASBs is that a couple times pilots I've heard have been dying just to switch DPS. They've had charges still in their ASB, and they say, oh, maybe I can squeeze in a reload now, and they hit the reload, and as soon as they do, the damage switches back onto them, and they die when they could have been just fine if they had waited for all their charges to run out.
Always a risky gamble for sure. We are seeing the last Cyclone now for Fluffeh Bunneh. He's tanking again, he got a reload in, but he's going to go down. It's just a matter of time, and I don't think he's going to be able to break anything's tank. At this point, if I was him, I'd be trying to break off and grab a Merlin, but he's webbed, so I doubt he's going to be able to get anywhere. At the moment, he's muted, NOS, and being hit by tracking disruptors and damp, so his ship can't really do a lot.
We have some offensive GFs from Good Fights Local from Rote Kapelle, some bad manner good fights there. So
win. Rote Kapelle is going to make it through to the next round. It's worth noting Rote claimed that their win with few points last week was part of their plan, that it's exactly what they wanted, and that they were trying to get an easier opponent for this round. It looks like that gamble paid off for them, so good job for them, and we're going to see them next weekend. The fact that Fluffeh Bunneh didn't get more than 16 points here also means that Black Legion, who fought yesterday and was the first place team of all the ones that fought yesterday, is also guaranteed through, so congratulations to them as well. They should be breathing a sigh of relief. Our next match is going to be Fearless versus Nelly Secunda, so come back in about 10 minutes and we'll see you then.